Fry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Professor, you know, in a trial, there's an exchange of evidence back and forth. What we see here today, we've presented evidence. I mean, the other side is a lot of bluster and theatrics. And also in a trial, you have affirmative defenses. I think the only affirmative defenses that are coming from the other side is, one, Donald Trump, like the ultimate affirmative defense that you could just say his name and all wrongdoing is gone away. I mean, Lisa McClain talked about this earlier, that he is living in their head. I would also submit to you that he's tap dancing in their head because that's all that they talk about. The second affirmative defense, according to the Democrats, is this magical shutdown clock that they have. But would it surprise you that every single appropriations bill that has tried to come before the floor, they have voted? They don't want a debate on government funding. They want to shut down the government. This is the kind of stuff that they're doing. And of course, the third affirmative defense, as you well know at this point, is attack the witness. Right? You don't have the facts, you don't have the law, you have theatrics and you just go after the witness. It's like we live in amnesia, like they have this constant amnesia. We have statements from the ranking member about you don't need a vote on the floor, but that's what they talk about. You know, for the past 9 months, we've worked tirelessly to analyze all the evidence. Every single week, there's more evidence that drops. And this is despite the FBI. This is despite the DOJ. We have witness interviews, accounts of confidential human sources, whistleblower testimony. They haven't disputed that at all. Bank records, suspicious activity reports, text messages, WhatsApp messages. It's endless. And despite what my friends on the other side of the aisle may say, House Republicans have always held that this investigation should follow proper procedure and be done the right way, which is why we're here today. We know that Biden family members were complicit in and benefited from Hunter Biden's foreign business dealings. And as the lens begins to focus and as the evidence begins to mount, we uncover more and more about Joe Biden's involvement. Today I want to focus on the FD 1023, a document that shows a conversation between a confidential human source and a Ukrainian business executive, Mykola Zlochevsky. Let's dive into a few key points. The source asked Zlochevsky about the Ukrainian prosecutor's investigation into Burisma. He replied, "Don't worry, Hunter will take care of all these issues through his dad." 2, although Hunter Biden was labeled as stupid, that the guy's dog was smarter than Hunter, the source was told in 2016 that Hunter Biden was brought onto Burisma's board to protect them. 3, big fact, Hunter and Joe Biden both told Zlochevsky that he should keep Hunter Biden on the board. And of course, he received $1 million a year. Point 4, after the election, Zlochevsky said it cost $5 million to pay one Biden and $5 million to another, meaning Joe Biden. And point 5, in 2019, Zlochevsky said he didn't send any funds directly to the big guy. Wonder what that means. We talked about that a lot today. Because according to Zlochevsky, it would take investigators 10 years to find the records of payments to Joe Biden's. If these allegations are true, and there's a reason why it was so hard to put together. This was done deliberately and on purpose. So we're here months later. We finally get this document released to the public. Mr. Turley, what in your eyes is the most serious allegation outlined in the FD 1023?
Well, first of all, I'm not someone that puts a great deal of emphasis on these types of field reports from sources, but this was not just any source. This was a source that was not just trusted, but it received considerable amount of money from the FBI and had a long track record. So it does come with that degree of support. What I think an inquiry has to do is to drill down on the 1023. There may be nothing there when you drill down, but there may be bribery. And of course, that's the second offense that is mentioned for impeachment. But what makes the 1023 concerning is the overall context. And this is one of the reasons why when Representative Goldman was asking me about bribery, it's a little more complex because you have Section 201, you've got the Hobbs Act, and you have all these cases that suggest that it is public corruption in a lot of different forms. So really, you're sort of at the water's edge here. Everything that has gone so far, from what I can see, has been tracking money from banks, often transnational transactions that have arrived at the United States. What we haven't seen is the back end of those transfers. To what extent can you track that money with regard to the Bidens themselves? And that, I suppose, will come out through an inquiry. But until you have those interstitial relationships, you don't quite know what you have.
Professor, how can we use this document and maybe other documents that we have to expand the case? And how pivotal do you think that this document is to the case?
Well, I think that in an inquiry, when someone who is trusted by the FBI suggests that there was actual bribery involving the president, you need to contact everyone involved, including the source for the 1023, but also this is secondhand information, so you're going to have to pursue the references made by that source, and you do it in good faith and to see if there's a there there.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Without a yield back.